Why is it that people who have dreams more often and remember their dreams tend to lead happier lives? Now, I'm not talking about the dreams that we have at night while we're sleeping. I'm actually talking about those dreams, those visions, those goals that we have for our life. People that dream big, for some reason, tend to be happier. And everybody has dreams, everybody has goals and ambitions, or at least at some point we did. I mean, think back to when you were a little kid. You used to dream of being something amazing, a professional athlete or a race car driver, or maybe an astronaut, something amazing. And then slowly as you got older and older, people started to tell you what things were possible, what things maybe weren't possible, what was acceptable to tell people that you wanted to be when you grew up. Or maybe you kind of fell into a path of least resistance and you realized that some of those things could be achieved but would be really hard. And so one by one you start to give up on those big dreams, those big aspirations that you had when you were 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. Well, I'm here to tell you today you don't have to completely give up on those dreams. People that are dreaming big, that are in the habit of dreaming big, tend to feel a lot more optimistic about life. They tend to lead a happier life. Because there's something about dreaming big that sparks creativity inside of us. It sparks happiness, it sparks optimism. When we get to focus on the big things, you'll feel it. I know you felt it. You think of something and think, wow, I would love to do that. That would be so much fun, and you feel something inside. As we study humankind and stories about different people, we tend to realize that human beings can accomplish just about whatever they decide to accomplish, if they're willing to work hard at it and be persistent and go for it. We've all dreamt big, but not all of us have dreamt big and then done something about it, or stuck with it long enough to make it really happen. And so that's what I want to challenge you to do today, is that as you think about the things that you would love to accomplish in life, and I don't care if you're 10 or 50 or 80, if there's something that you'd like to accomplish that you think would be worthwhile and would make you happy, think about it. Dream about it, and then make a plan and go out and start to act on it. I promise you that as you take one step closer to that goal, even a small one, you'll start to feel something inside. You'll start to get excited. You'll start to feel happiness and joy because you're on the right track towards something that is a dream of yours, something big that is important. And as you take one step, the next step becomes easier and the next step easier. And it tends to snowball. And pretty soon you're taking on bigger steps and bigger steps and bigger steps. And before you know it, you look back and you can't even see where you started. You've come so far along this path and it's been so much fun. And the reason it's fun is because it's the thing that you've always wanted to do. It's that dream that excites you. You're reawakening that feeling that you had when you were a kid. That inspiration that you've been missing. And so I'll tell you that happy people are in the habit of dreaming big, of being optimistic about what they've got coming up in the future. People like to be around people who are optimistic, who are going after a dream. And you'll like yourself a lot better when you're optimistic and you're chasing a big dream. You won't tend to like yourself for very long when you look inside and realize that you settled. There's nothing inspiring about settling for where you're at, but everything is inspiring about moving forward. And so I challenge you, as you watch this video and you think about what you've got going on in life, take a minute to step back and think of what are some things I've always wanted to do? What are some things I'd always like to accomplish? Maybe it's traveling or writing a book. Maybe it's starting a new career. What is it that excites you? And then make a plan and say, what's the first thing I would have to do to make that happen? Do I need to get a passport? Do I need to go back to school? Do I need to take classes on how to write? Whatever it is, find those first steps and get in the habit of dreaming big. I promise you that as you dream big and as you go after those dreams, you will find more and more happiness in your life. Thanks so much for joining us today. Go ahead and watch some of the other videos that I have over here on the side. Also, if you hadn't had a chance to do it yet, subscribe below. We'd love to have you as part of the Successify community. If you have any questions or anything that you'd like me to address, something that you're dealing with in life, you can send it below in the comments, or you could always email me at chrisheap@successify.net. If you've got a question about something that you're going through, chances are there's thousands of other people that are going through the same thing, and I'd love to be able to help them as well as help you. Thanks so much for watching.